So let's get into it. Um, Joe and Madison. Madison and Joe. Okay. Uh, Once the doors opened, Joe didn't like Madison. Okay. He knew that from Jump Start. Yet he went on the honeymoon. They need to stop that. If you don't like, once the reveal is done, you come through the door and you see the person on the other side and you don't like what you see, you meet them and you say, it's been real, but I'm not attracted. Okay? Instead of going on the honeymoon and, the men in their case getting some. Okay? And they already know they're not really attracted to the person. All right? And he made that very clear himself at the honeymoon in front of the cameras while he was in the pool when he said that, yeah, well, when he went off to himself and he was just like, yeah, usually she's not really this type that I go for. And that led me to believe that, like, like he said, he usually goes for a thinner type or something like that. And she's not even a big girl. But anyway, he acted a fool the whole time. And he just let it be known that, like he didn't want to be with her. Okay? But the T is that he and KC had been dating after all of this. Okay? And speaking of KC, she never liked Patrick. And the thing is that when they were in the pods and she was like, all of a sudden she came out of nowhere. And is it just me? First of all, let's go back to Patrick. It seemed as though when Anna, his first choice, left, it's like as if he wanted to go home. He was so hell bent on going home with a wife. He wanted a wife real bad. Okay? So he went back in there and he pursued KC. And at first, KC was real cool and everything. And then all of a sudden, he came in one day and she was just like, I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything you want from your head to your toes. I'll love you down. I'll give you my all. And I'm like, where did all this come from? Was it a conversation that we didn't hear? So anyway, when the reveal happened, KC didn't like what she saw. Okay. And so they never went on the honeymoon, but she met him on the side and said, you know what? I don't think this gonna work, okay? And she just hugging all over him. Oh, I'm so sorry, and doing a fake cry, okay? Oh, I'm so sorry, and he like, okay, we cool, okay, we cool. Well, maybe you'll grow love, along the way. And she was like, no, 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 no. We're done now. We're done now, okay? And he was just like, oh, okay, oh, okay, well, okay, get up off me. This is Anne. She's the other Asian that was on the show, and at first I thought that she was going to end up with Patrick, but she decided no, she just rather stay with what she knows, which was white guys. That's what she said. So anyway, yeah, she left. She left. It was a couple people who left. Her and Blake, they left. Yeah, it was a couple people coming up in the room. Hello, hello, hello. You can hear the echo or something. Is anybody over there? Nope, nobody was over there, and she was one of them. Is it just me, or did Brennan and Mike look very similar to each other? I was a little confused after some time in the storyline. I was like, wait a minute, is that Brennan or is that Mike? Or I got confused. Maybe it's just me. So Kate, I like the way her name is spelled. I never saw Kate spelled like that, by the way. But anyway, Kate and Annie, those are the two that were in the love triangle with Nick. And is it just me or does Nick look like a I don't know, somebody from a different era or something, like maybe he could have been a Mouseketeer or something like that, or Peter Pan, something like that. He has some kind of characteristics. He's a nice looking guy, I guess, but for those who like his aesthetic, but it's just, it's something about his piercing eyes and that part in his hair that takes me back to a different time. Is it just me? But anyway, yeah, they had Little Triangle, and he told both of them that he loved them. So it seemed to me as though Nick tried to just win. He just wanted to win. And he just, anyway, that didn't, none of those worked out. Come and find out, Annie, she went to his lodge and everything up in the mountains. He a mountain guy. And he had everything laid out. He had all the bells and whistles of a single guy. He had the motorcycle. He had the car. He had all the ski equipment. He had all kinds of stuff. It looked very neat though. He was very neat. But then she was trying to figure out exactly where in his life that she could fit in, okay? Because she owned a hair salon and she's in the city. It's like, how this gonna work, okay? But anyway, in the long run, come to find out, the T is, and he got a little record. She got some kind of a record. She was arrested for a DUI. And so she had to wear an ankle bracelet for a while. Mm, you know, hey, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Go on now. Okay, that none of them got married. So it's like, come on, y'all. It was just a waste of TV time, really. But they need to come up with a different concept. Maybe not instead of Love Is Blind. Maybe love behind the glass. Let them see each other. Let these people see each other, okay? Because then you're taking that out the equation. Let these people see each other, but they just can't touch each other, okay? And they can't, they can't have personal touch. But like almost like when you go to a prison or something, and you got you got that glass in between. They pick up the phone, they just talk and everything. There's something like that and everything. They can't get at each other or anything like that until the actual, yeah, I want to be with this person. The reveal, and I think that would be a nice concept. But I don't know, it's just me. I think that they should see each other. I think Love Is Blind is a great experiment, but there are less people who are successful than there are people who were successful. But the ones who are successful, it seems like they're doing well. But I think that they could change some things up and say love through the glass. Love is blind through the glass. Leave a comment, share it, like it, do whatever you want to do with it, but do something with it. Okay? Bye.